Okay, guys, my name is Liz, and I'm really glad to have you on my channel. Okay, I'm Russian girl, so sorry for my English, but I truly want to reach my goal to make everyone's happy. So please listen to me, and I think you will enjoy it. Okay, today I'll explain you how changing the world through fixation works and why. Without it, any transformation is doomed to backslide. Okay, so the key point is this: when they first enter the space called life, something happens to us that most people don't even realize. We are shown and conditioned into a certain worldview. Okay, so we are told what's good and what's bad, how to live correctly, what to believe in, what to be ashamed of, and what to hope for. Okay, so and this isn't always done with words. It happens every time through gestures, glances, tones of voice, the fear in mother's voice, or even a father's irritation. Okay, or society systematic expectations. Okay, so we don't choose, we absorb. But let's start from the very beginning. In fact, it all begins even before birth. Yes, you heard that right. When you were still in the womb, you were already downloading the first version of your world perception program. Bruce Lipton explores this idea in his book Biology of Belief, and he's providing that a mother's emotions, her expectation, harmonies, and even thoughts directly influence a child's life and future life of the child. If a mother fears the world, the child will grow up with a subconscious beliefs that the world is dangerous. And if a father believes that money is dirty, or is not for us, we can't afford it, that belief gets programmed too. Okay, so we receive genetic information through two lines. From our mother, it is our body and grounding ability to feel and manifest desires, and from our father, our direction, movement, confidence, and how we show up in the world. So this idea is stored in our DNA, which surprisingly isn't just biology. It's a carrier or of instructions how to live our life. So every cell in our body contains a manual or what's allowed and what's not. And this is what called the family contract. Most people live their entire lives by these present rules without ever realizing they aren't truly their beliefs. Okay? So as you can imagine, this information varies from family to family, from lineage to lineage, how to interact with the world and how the family raises its members, how it communicates, and accordingly the results differ from each lineage. It's very interesting. So this scripts from the templates by which a person later lives, and often these templates aren't about happiness, freedom, and fulfillment. They're about survival, dependency, and fear. Okay? If you feel stuck, unable to break free, or even confined, it's possible you are still living not your own life, but the life deducted by your lineage instructions. So as the child grows, More information about worlds is fed to them by others, members or society, people who are themselves trapped in fears and limitation begin to program in us. Fit in, don't stand up, work and don't dream. In the book Games People Play, where one man identifies internal roles, the child, the parent, and the adult, until you shift into the adult position. You don't control your reality, you're governed by others' beliefs, by their beliefs. So, but when comes a moment, a crisis, illness, loss, burnout, or simply a feeling of inner falseness, as if you're living someone else's life, this is the moment when a person has a chance. And the person has a chance to stop and rethink. Who am I? Why do I live this way? So this is the moment of truth, the moment of your choice. Either you start your own worldview or you get lost in someone else. Okay? This is where fixation comes in. Fixation isn't just attention, it is a state when you can hold onto a new reality even when the old one pulls you back. It's like balancing on thin edge. Many people after a course, retreat, or a therapy feel a breakthrough. New thinking, new ideas, new expectations, but this is an energetic shift. As one man writes in Breaking the Habits of Being Yourself, you must stop being who you were to become who you want to be. This is the moment your cocoon changes, okay? And you find yourself in a different reality and everything seems possible. This is the moment when everything changes, when your reality become your vision board. But what happens next? The project ends, the teacher leaves, the group disbands, and you're left alone with your new reality. This is where the hardest part begins, holding on to it. If you don't fixate the changes, if you don't write them down, if you don't integrate them into your daily life routine or reinforce them, the old pattern will return. They will return like a law. Where attentions go, energy flows. If your attention goes back to old beliefs, you're lived by them again. Okay? Have you noticed this? How as soon as you stop practicing, the old patterns return. You start thinking in old ways, getting irritated by small things, feelings happiness in your body, procrastinating again. Yeah? Is this true? I guess so. So this isn't weakness. It's your neurobiology. Your brain isn't evil. It is just to perceive old connections rather than spend energy on new ones. Okay? To prevent backsliding, you need to effort. You need fixation. So fixation is when you hold onto new life and new self despite old habits and triggers. It's when you remind yourself daily of who you are. When you journal, meditate, or surround yourself with people who are already have their goals and beliefs, where you want to be. It's not about willpower, it is about discipline, about choice, about daily contract with yourself. Yes, and yeah, changing yourself is painful because at first you'll see how much came from fear, duty, or guilt. You'll see the truth, and it might break you, so it can also free you. You can understand this. So yes, there will be setbacks. And the most painful part isn't when things are bad, it's when they were good and then you slip back. You already know how it could be. You already seen all of your strength, and now every day without it, it feels like self-betrayal. So you can see that you are really powerful, like really powerful. You can make anything you want to in this life, like literally anything. New car, new life, new boyfriend, okay? Maybe you want to go to Bali, maybe you want to go to Russia, or I don't know where you want to go, but anywhere, literally anything. Money, I don't know. Maybe you want to be a famous singer, literally anything. So this is why if you don't fixate the changes, they won't stick. It feels like everything went back to normal, but in reality, you just let go. The inner, I won't let go. It's knowing who you are and why you are here. So if you want to change your life, girls and boys, if you want to change your life, please be ready. Please be ready to become an adult. Accept the fact that it will be hard. Okay, it will be hard. Accept that it will take time. That setbacks aren't failures but invitations to dig deeper. And that fixation isn't about inspiration, it is about your choice. And the world will try to pull you back, of course, but only you decide where to look, what to do, what to believe, and what to hold onto. Okay? This is how reality begins to change. Through fixation, through choice, through holding on to your new self. And if you don't give up, the world will start to change. Not because you're convinced it, but because it responds to the new you. The one who didn't back down. Okay? So this is the secret of transformation. I'd say changing your life is hard. Very hard. Because every day you have to get up and take a charge. You have to work on both your body and your mind. Also wanted to say that there is one catch. Once you've tasted the new life, once you've felt that energy, experienced rapid manifestation, and then you slide back to where you started, many fall into depression. You're returned to your old state, but now you have something to compare it to. Okay? So I hope I've given you something interesting to think about. If so, I'd really love to see you in my Instagram channel, okay, where I share more thoughts on such topics. Guys, I really wish that each of you, like literally each, especially you that watching my video, can become the best version of yourself. Just like start watching my videos and write down everything that I told you, and I promise your life will completely change. So guys, thank you for your attention. I'd really love to see you at my Instagram channel, so please follow me and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.